Hey Divine Rebels and Divine Rebel Young Bloods and everybody coming through, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a video to see their reaction. It's a broad spectrum of answers, but what is or would be their reaction? We have cards to choose from. Over here we have the Six of Lava Stones up there. We have the High Priestess, the Chariot, the Fool, the Lovers, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the 10 of Lava Stones. The Lava Stones are pentacles, y'all. Okay, so those are the options we have to choose. I usually don't use cards because sometimes I'm not feeling it when it's like pick a card, kind of unrelated card for the reading, but I just really wanted to use this deck today, guys. It's all like, you know, swimmy and oceany and, you know, farewell to summer. Da, 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 da. Yes, so witchy pup baby magic in the house, and we're gonna go ahead and see what the tea is, y'all. So go ahead and click your timestamps, jump ahead, and we will get on with it. Okay, so for those of you that chose number one, what would their reaction be? What is their reaction? Just their reaction. Okay, we have the card that you chose, the Six of Lava Stones, aka Pentacles. We have the Knight of Machetes, Knight of Swords reversed. We have the Page of Pentacles, Tangerine, which is card 17, be spontaneous and have fun. We have the Take a Shot from the Rebel deck. It says don't take 12, take one, okay, maybe two, move on. We have Honeysuckle, Ace of Swords reversed, Serve the Servants from an Work in Progress Nirvana Oracle, and the Tower. So this person looks like they might have a bit of a breakdown. They might be very stressed by this situation. Like they would want to be like, no problem. Yeah. Deuces, fun. Okay. Yeah. Everything's okay. Sunshine, butterflies. But then they would like behind the scenes want to go and like down a few drinks, be like, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck? So this person, like their heart would be in the place to want to have a good reaction to the situation, but it's almost like behind the scenes they'd have like a bit of an anxiety breakdown. For some of you, perhaps a full mental breakdown. You know, just like what the hell, like what the hell. So I think for some of you, you're offering something. Maybe you sprung it like on a friend that you want to be more than friends. Maybe you let somebody know that you want to take your business elsewhere and you don't want to be their business partner. Whatever it is, it's like they would want to be like, okay, wow, yeah, I can go with the flow, that's random, huh, funny thing, and just like be supportive and act as if it's not, like they would bite back their words and be like, yeah, this is great, like this is actually what I would pick for myself if I had to like surprise myself ridiculously with some news. But it would be overwhelming for them, and I feel like they wouldn't know how to respond in the moment. Their reaction even internally is like, holy fuck, how do I react to this? Like, how do I react to this? I'm not sure that I like this. I just kind of want something to take my mind off of this. You know, they might want to go eat a few pizzas, like whatever would be their overindulging escape mechanism. They might want to go into that, and it's like they would try to reply in a fun, friendly, kind manner about the matter, but it's just, yeah, basically stuttering, glitch, twitch. I feel like they don't know how to react to the situation. Like they just would just would basically be the response. I feel like they would need time to compute, because it's like it would shake to the very foundations, the connection. So people that have earth placements, they would be like, whoa, like especially like I'm seeing Mars and Earth too, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, but any placements in earth, like it just would be like, okay, even if they had kind of expected it, like they didn't expect it, like they didn't expect it all of a sudden. So I do see Virgo placements, Gemini, Aries, could be Libra, yes, could be a few Aquarians. So it's like just catching people off guard, some Sagittarians, and you're just like, what the heck just happened? That's the reaction. What just happened? How do I stay sweet and cute in the situation and not be a rude person, but also what the fuck? So some of you, you're like, well, gee, I just told them that I like them or something. And for some reason, that really shakes everything up. Maybe even if you have been like flirting with them, for those of you who was like actually out like dating, they still weren't expecting it at that point. Like, whoa, I didn't think you were gonna tell me you like liked me or something like that. And again, for some of you, you're telling like a coworker or a friend or somebody you've known for a long time that you want something more with them, and they're just like, okay, yeah, you're trying to play it off and I'm trying to play it off, but what the fuck? Like, where did this come on? And then they have move on. So for some of you, they're not going to be receiving the offer of what you're saying. I do see that some of you, their reaction, you could have been asking them about money too. And it's like, I feel like if you're asking about finances, it's like they would try to help you if they could, but they could be like, whoa, I did not expect that. Like, I did not expect that whatsoever. But at the same time, like, you know, we all need a little help sometimes. So, okay, but what the heck? Like, okay, I don't know how to react right now. Like, that's the whole thing. I don't feel like anyone's has bad intentions. Now, for some of you, they're not going to like what you say. Okay, some of you are surprising them with something that is not good. It is something a bit malicious, or it is like a screw you, I'm breaking up with you, or well, I had someone else all along. Or for some of you, it could be something like that, and it's almost like you want to spring something on them while you're out and about, like having drinks with friends or doing something like that. Maybe something came out that they weren't expecting, and they were just like, what the frick? Like, why would you be so mean? Like, how could you be so cold? Like, what are you doing right now? So I do see that, especially if they have like Libra or something in their chart, or even Gemini. They could be really upset about the timing of something that happened and be like, are you kidding me right now? Like, now is when we're at a work function. Now is when you want to bring up that you actually dated someone on our break or something. So for some of you, there is a little bit of a deeper context, and in that case, their kind of thing is like, why you got to be so rude? Like, why? Like, okay, you could have kept that to yourself. You couldn't. You had to let me know that. Ruin my good time. Ruin my self-love swagger. Like, really? So yeah, I feel like in those cases where you know it was something shady going on or something like that, or maybe you revealed to them that you knew something shady they did, and they're like, oh gosh, we're gonna die. Like, oh my gosh, okay, let's just keep calm, that kind of thing. It's reminding me of that song Wasted Time by Snow the Product, where she springs it on him like when they're out to eat, and she just starts telling him like how she knew all the dirt he was doing, and he's just sitting here like, man, he can't even really react because they're out in public. And people in the comments were like, who would do that? Like, that's crazy. Why are you gonna spring it on them in public? So some of y'all did that. You just sprung something a little publicly on somebody that you knew about them, and they couldn't really react. They wanted to blow their temper, but they really couldn't. What are they gonna do? They had to pretend like it was all cool. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Keep it moving. And inside they were just like raging and upset. So there's different degrees. I'm trying to give you, since it's a broad subject matter here, you know, the range from the lighthearted to the more intense. I do feel like for those of you where it was like a bad breakup or something like that, they could definitely have the, you know, in between being nostalgic about pictures to like breaking plates and throwing stuff around and trashing things, and, you know, then the next minute being like, well, maybe I'll save this one token piece of our relationship, but I'm gonna burn these movie tickets. You know, there's kind of and everything's fine. They answer the phone in the middle of their tirade. No, friends, I'm fine. I don't even care that we broke up. You guys want to go do shots? So yeah, this is a mixed bag, a bit of kind of breaking down what the hell just happened. Why is this happening? Is this for real happening? Are we sure? No, I think I'm okay. No, I'm not okay. Is kind of the overall reaction for group number 1. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number 2 with the High Priestess, which is also number 2, their reaction, we have the World, 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Brooms, which is Knight of Wands. We have Disturbed Journaling, Shadow Self, Release of Toxicity. We have Turquoise, Awaken Your Empathy, which is number 34. The Hierophant, 8 of Cups, Frisia, and Interrupting is for a-holes. Okay, so this person, they would try to get over the situation and move past it with the World and the Eight of Cups. They might really talk to their families about it a lot. I do see this big connection with the family here with the Hierophant and the Ten of Pentacles, or they might talk to their ancestors a lot. There is a lot of communication going on with turquoise here. Another color that relates to ancestors, turquoise, and the gem. Awaken your empathy. So they might, I feel like they would turn this empathy towards themselves, though. They might consult with people who would be like, oh, why did that happen to you? Or why did they do that to you? So that's your reaction, or this is all of your choice or your decision. Everything's on for you. Like, everything's on you. It's all on your plate now. Yeah, they might get some, like, talk to people who feel like, wow, why would that person just spring that on you or try to bring you into this situation? Like, they should just leave you alone with the Knight of Brooms. Like, people would give them a talk to just like, you should just go do you. You should just get over it. You should just go do you and think about who you are. Remember who you are. Like, just go and get it all out. So I feel like they would talk about it a lot, and they would not want to, like, they would have to get it all out of their system. They might go and do journaling. They might go and just like pontificate to their family or friends for a long time, something of that nature, before they would then start getting a little feedback. But I feel like they would even maybe just talk about it as they're going around. So if they're going to like parties or kickbacks or things of that nature, it's like they're sitting there while they're eating, while they're toked out or whatever, and they're talking about this situation and discussing it. So for some of you, I do feel like this is a breakup, or it's about a big change in family, like, oh, they can't see the kids, or you guys are moving, or something very serious. Even if it's something that you guys for some reason perceive as good, they could see it as being burdensome. I see them being very burdened, and it's like they want to be free. So it's putting them on that, okay, should I go and have this long-term commitment, or have to deal with this and have to have other people making decisions for me and putting responsibility and choices on me, or should I go and be free, basically? So I do feel like this brings out like a lot of stuff that this person doesn't really want to deal with. It could come from early childhood. It could come from they could feel frustrated with not being heard. Like, I don't know, I just get like something like this one where they feel like you're trying to make the decisions for them, or whatever the situation was is trying to control them and make decisions for them versus letting them make their own. Okay, and as everything that happens during a reading pertains to it right now, Baby Magic is a little frustrated because she wants a particular thing she wants on her learning video, and I'm not knowing what it is, so I'm trying to help her, and she keeps getting frustrated, like, no, that's not what I want. It's not what I want. And so that is kind of the situation here, where they feel like they could really feel like, you know, you don't know what's best for me, or, you know, I don't want you to start making all of the decisions. So some of you, I think, put ultimatums on this person, or even if you're just expressing your feelings, this person's going to feel like, oh, like, some of them really do feel like, oh, great, this puts me in a position now I have to be all careful, now I have to be all serious, now I have to think about long-term ramifications for everything. Even if they like got a job or something, or found out they had got a inheritance of money, or won a court case or anything, it's like they're just thinking about, their reaction is to think about all the responsibility it's going to take, everybody that is going to expect them to be a certain way, and their reaction is to go to people who know them to be more free and to be more like, you know, people that they can be more playful and youthful with, and to go and like unburden themselves, like talk to their mentors, or, you know, their long-term friends, cousins, family, who know who they are more in kind of the free bird sense, and just feel like, man, like, this is trying to get me caught up, like, I just need to do me, I just need to be able to move on from the situation and relax and not feel controlled. Like, they just want to be free, basically, is their reaction. So if this is a commitment situation, I would say this person has cold feet, and they could feel like you're trying to strong arm them into a relationship, especially if you're like an earth sign person or earth dominant person, and they are more in the fire sign energy. So earth is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, fire is Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Yes, now for For some that it was something like a birth of a child or something, I do feel like they did feel that overwhelming pressure, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? But afterwards, with the good news, if it's like, you know, getting money or achieving something in school or something of that nature, I feel like afterwards then they do finally kind of come out of it and want to go and like brag and celebrate and party and be happy about it. But I do see this person really going through the gigs and just like almost being depressed about it, even if it's like a good thing or you perceive it as a good thing. There could just be a clash of personalities right here. And again, they're just like, don't think you know what's best for me, or don't think that you know how I should plan my life or what I should do with my life. But once I think that they figure out how they can do it being them and their unique personality, or they feel like they can make their decisions the right way, then they're going to go back to being more carefree and happy and kind of handle the goals, reaching the goals in a different way. If they agree to them. If it is like they did want to get married but they're just kind of freaking out right now, or they, you know, they do want to have a child, they just, you know, were freaking out about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a child, like, you know. So some of them it's just momentary lapse, it's just very dramatic and deep and something that brings up a lot from their fears and things. But if it's where they didn't really want to be in a relationship and you're trying to force them to, you might get them to for a while, even some years, but at the end I feel like their reaction is going to be to break out of that. So for some of them, they're going to have a long-term slow reaction, and you might think that everything's okay for a while, but their family and people close to them is going to know that it's not. And then eventually they're just gonna be like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Like, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. Like, this isn't a path I chose for myself. It was forced upon me. Deuces. Okay. So I would kind of, you know, fill out and know, you'll know your particular situation, and you'll know if that you're like, oh yeah, I kind of sense that in this person. They're always trying to take off, you know, and go to their family. They might feel like they can't talk to you about it. They might feel like there's no use, that you're just very stubborn. If you are someone that's in the situation where you know that you really push ultimatums and try to control what the family's going to be and try to pull them away from their family and friends and things of that nature, then you would be more in that group. But if it's you know, other things that are more lighthearted and good, yeah, they might just be overwhelmed with the success of it all, the burdens of success, you know, having to adjust to having long-term goals and plans that might actually work out. And then afterwards I think they will be more celebratory and more happy, and then they'll be like shouting it from the rooftops. But they kind of have to just, they don't want to hear any talk back, they don't want to hear, you know, any of that. They just need someone to listen. They need to talk it all out. They need to just go to that deep place and kind of freak out. They might have some Scorpio placements. They just have to get to the bottom of it. They might have Aquarius, right? They just don't know how to not be a free random person and just kind of have responsibilities and stay on track. But then afterwards, you know, let's say they do finish college or go through and they achieve it, they're going to be very happy and celebratory. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for number 2s. I think that's going to be some very specific scenarios. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number 3 with the Chariot, we have the 7 of Wands. Do you really love them? Aqua, number 33, experience peace and calm. The Emperor, reverse, the Lovers. Calla Lilies, and then we have reverse, you know you're right, gut instincts, and correct assumptions, but reversed. Okay, the back of do you really love them says then wash, fold, and put away the clothes. All right, show the actions basically. Okay, so this person, their reaction, a lot of you might be wondering their reaction if you were to confess feelings for them, or say you want to go to the next level. Like we have the Lovers here, it could definitely be love questions, or if you let them know that they're the ones you choose or something. This person is, they have this feeling where once they get what they want, I feel like some of these people are really pursuing you, but were you to turn around and let them know, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get with you, okay? Out of all my wisdom, you're the one I've chosen. They would second guess that. They would feel like their reaction is do you really love them? Like, wait, okay, I'm doing all the action to chase, but do I want the action to be in a relationship? With the Emperor reverse, it's literally somebody like questioning the empire that they've inherited. Like, man, like heavy as the crown. I thought I wanted all this, but I don't know now. It's something that they're really trying to figure out. And so we have, again, you know you're right, reverse, like their gut instinct, they're gonna be like, man, I thought my gut was right on this one, but now I don't even know. I don't know. So it's like experience. Okay. It's like experience peace and calm, and they might be feeling more like baby magic over there, like, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, what's happening? And it's so funny because movie divination, Kiki's delivery service, anime Miyazaki is on, and at the way ends, you know, at movies they'll show like the future, like little scenes of what happens, but they're not really doing dialogue, right? It's just the credits. And I never noticed, we've watched this a bajillion times, that Gigi, her little cat, has a little kitten at the end. Like, what? You got a kitten? I never noticed that. Little witchy cat had a kitten. And so for some of you, it's like that to them, where they're like, wait, what? An ending? Wait a minute. Rolling credit. Wait a minute. I was just trying to chase. I was just trying to imagine getting the taste. But reality, some of you are dealing with Aquarius or Pisces, okay? You could also be dealing with Leos, where it's just like, wait, Cancers, when you actually spring that reality on them, Aries, Gemini, they're just like, wait. What do you mean real life? I thought this was a virtual simulation. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean I have to? It's like when you win a car and then you find out you have to do the taxes and all that. Oh, what are you talking? I never wanted this car. Wrong John. You got the wrong John. Okay. That's basically what's going on with this person. They just, if they actually got the goal. So for some of you, they would react as if almost that it was kind of burdensome, and they might not show it to you at first. They might pretend to be all zen and om, you know, and be like, yeah, we're gonna be in a relationship, cool. But then afterwards, you're gonna feel this restlessness with them, and you're going to feel them like questioning it, and you're just gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it, and you're just gonna be like, you know, dang it. So this person, they could just be like that. Honestly, they could be the kind of person that once they have something, or once someone says, yes, I'm going to join in with you and do this, they're like, oh, you must be messed up, right? They might be that kind of person that doesn't trust people who like them. I think that could be the case. They can also be that kind of person who isn't yet mature enough to be in a stable long-term relationship, or where they, again, it's like they lose respect if you do want to settle down with them or something, and they think there's something wrong with that. So some of them are kind of like that. I do see some of them being a bit more progressed, where they have some wisdom to them. They know that this is a tendency that they have, but at the same time, like, it's just two different modes for them. Like, there's beast mode, going after what you want, having common goals, living life, having fun. And then there's like, oh wait, shoot, like, we have to merge our lives. We have to really like each other. I have to show feelings. I feel like this person might not have so much of an initial reaction. They might literally just be like, like, just have that look, you know, like when Leos are very serious, or like Capricorns, when you catch them off guard with something and they just like have the non-face, or like that stern, like, I'm not going to let you see my reaction kind of face. Aries can be like that too. They could be like that, very non-reactionary. Aquarius, when you tell them externally, because they're like, I don't know, it's like this delayed reality that is happening with them, and it's not what they expected. So some of you, they might have went and told all this poetry and love and confession because they didn't actually think you were going to leave your partner. Like, come on now. They didn't actually think you're going to, and then you do, and they're just like, and they're sitting here calculating, like, shoot, I got to get you a 4-bedroom house. We have to, you know, have 30 acres in the woods. I got to take care of your 5 kids. Like, like, you know, they're like, dang, this is what winning feels like. Shoot. So for some, you know, and I'm, you know, being jovial about it, but for some of them, that's really what it's like. They're like, this is what winning feels like. Dang. So in contrast to number 2, I feel like number 2 was having things pushed on them that they didn't want necessarily. Number 3, I feel like they did want these things, and they've been chasing it. And then when you tell them, they're just like, shoot. It's like when you're about to go on vacation, and then you start being like, man, carry-on luggage, taxes, shoot, the Uber to the airport. Like, you start adding it up, and you're just like, dang, heavy is the crown. So this person has a lot of questions about the work it would have to take. I feel like there's somebody who normally they see themselves as someone who like has intense work ethic, is a good parent, is a good partner, but when reality hits and they have to prove that, they're like, let's just calm down. Everybody calm down. We're just calming down. We don't need to make rash decisions. Let's take another 7 years and think about this. like they just don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden they're just sitting in this relationship, or they're just sitting in this new job, and they're just like, help me. What did I do? Why did I apply? Why did I apply? I got myself into this. Yeah. So some of you, they will have, it's like they'll either initially have that combative kind of non-expression, or be like, what the hell, man, kind of reaction, and then they'll calm down and sweeten up. Or they'll have the sweetened response at first, and then afterwards they're gonna be like, actually, we need to talk. And you're gonna be like, oh god, here we go. And they're gonna be like, look, I feel like I'm a little in over my head. I feel like it's moving too quick. I think I need to slow down. I can't be a full-time puppy dad. I need to only be puppy parent. All right, puppy auntie. I can only babysit the puppy, you know, every other weekend. Okay, I'm not ready to be a full-time puppy aunt. So that's just the example, y'all. But that's what I'm seeing for y'all. That's what I'm seeing. They're just a little bit, they might not want as big a piece of the pie as they've been acting like, if they've been doing that. And they could yeah, they could want to redraw some boundaries after they get what they think they wanted. Okay, that's what I'm saying for y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'll talk to you. All right, for those of you that chose number 4 with the Fool, their reaction, I feel like this person would have a very immature reaction. We have the Ace of Wands reverse, Ace of Pentacles reverse, Daisy, Ruby, rejuvenate your body, Queen of Cups reverse, Devil reverse, open your mouth. And the back of this one says, talk, use big words like validate, acknowledge, and empathize. And then you have money will roll right in from the Work in Progress Nirvana Oracle. So it's a very sarcastic response. If you know the song Money Will Roll Right In, they're saying like, oh yeah, like basically we'll just go, like basically we'll go to Hollywood, we'll make a lot of money, we'll be rich as sin, the money will roll right in. And you have the Devil reverse. So this person could have a very immature rock and roll, like hell on wheels kind of response to the situation. Even if it's a congratulations, or finding out that they were you know, finding out someone's pregnant, finding out someone wants to be in a relationship, their response could be like, okay, I'm just going to go to Vegas and spend a lot of money. This person could already have trouble with like vices and addictions and things of that nature. So they could just really not give you the emotional response you want, because in here it's like you're trying to get them to give you like some kind of emotional validation or connection, and they're just over here with the Fool, the Daisy, just, you know, okay, la la la, everything's gonna be great, I'm just gonna go spend all our money, and you know, this is what I need to feel, you know, feel good right now. The Ruby card is number 8. So a lot about money and finances. For some reason, it feels like this person would go and spend money. And even if it would be like, let's say you guys are getting engaged, they might want to go and drop a lot of money in a way. This would be unhealthy, where you're going to end up being nervous. This is like where you're ending up feeling like you are the adult in the situation. Now, if you are trying to figure out how your child would respond to something, I could see tantrums. I could see like, you know, almost like when you got to bribe them, you got to get, okay, fine, we can go to Disney World and I'll get you that Tonka truck or whatever. I don't know, not sponsored, but whatever it is, you know. This person, they might want you to sweet talk to them. All right, it might be Throw a Fit by Tinashe, where if you don't give me what I want, I'm gonna throw a fit. Even if this is a grown adult, which I'm sure most of them is, this person is not going to be acting like it. Like, you're gonna be trying to have a conversation, and either they're going to be like, because they're so excited, they're going to want to just go and basically have like the hangover weekend in Vegas, or they're going to be throwing a fit and upset and tantrum and literally probably pouting, stomping, you know, slamming around. Like, literally, look at this. Look at how that's like pouting. They have like they're like pouting over here. Okay. And so they could be acting like a crybaby and then be like, no, I'm fine. So this person has a very strange reaction to the situation. It's like they might get loud and sarcastic, like, yeah, sure, great, like, I'll just go buy another car. Oh, okay, yeah, that's exactly what we'll do. So if you've trying to tell them something that's like very serious, you might know this person's childish, and you're like asking like, what would their reaction be if I told them something serious, like I need to quit my job, or I lost a job, or that we need to move, or we need to start saving money. This person could be have a very dramatic, immature reaction. If you're inquiry would be something more serious, like an intervention, or asking them to get their crap together because you guys have children together, or just in general because they need to. Again, this person could have a very like, oh yeah, sure, you guys, like, oh, I have such a problem, like, yeah, sure. They could be like that kind of response, just very, you know, annoying and loud and immature, and doesn't want to take it seriously, and acts like it's no big deal, and then wants to go out and be more irresponsible because of that. If it is something that would be more serious, they could want to feel like they get to go blow money because they did something that was serious. Like for instance, if they got a job, or they got a car, or a loan, or inheritance, or something, they could feel like, well, good, I can go and be like really bad now because I've been so good, you know what I mean? Or if somebody met like their weight goal or something like that, they could feel like, well, I'm gonna go, I can go and have a lot of cheat meals this week now because I did that. So they have this kind of thing where they're not really over some negative traits, and I don't think that they're a very reactionary person, to be honest, and I don't think they'll react in a healthy adult-like manner to the situation. If this is somebody that you're like that's like a crush, I feel like this person could have that like toxic, messy kind of bad boy, as a gender neutral term, kind of archetype to them. And this person might not take it too seriously, or they might just take it as more kind of air up their butt, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like great, like rejuvenates the body, goes and looks at self in the mirror. They could be a bit Gaston, like, you know, in his whole song in the bar where they're like bar and drinks and how wonderful I am, and, you know, pimp my collar, basically, here's my emotions, but they're not even emotions. Like, he could be like that, to be honest. They could be like him, I mean. So yeah, this person, you might see some like kind of ego come out of them, but it's also very immature and silly, and almost like it hits a lot of different notes. You know, one minute it's intense, one minute it's slightly serious, the next minute slightly emotional, so-called, the next minute I don't care, lighthearted. Like, honestly, that's the best example I can think of at the moment, is like Gaston's whole song, where he's like, you know, talking, one minute he's talking about his childhood, and then he's talking about what he wants and what a badass he is, and then he's, you know, just trashing the joint. It's just like all of these random emotions. So there could definitely be fire signs: Leo, Aries, Sag. There could be Scorpio energy here, Aquarius, and we do have some earth energy, so it could be unbalanced earth with Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number 5, what would their reaction be? Okay, we have the card you chose, the Lovers. We have King of Wands reversed, King of Cups, blue, activate your healing power. We have you know you're right reversed. So there was 2 of these in the deck. This is the archetype for the Nirvana Oracle. It says gut instincts and correct assumptions. We have Hydrangea, 2 of Wands, 6 of Wands reversed. They're still waiting. Do the shit they asked you to do forever ago. Okay, so this person could have a delayed reaction. I feel like they would try to wrestle with their negative tendencies to give you the best reaction that they wanted. Okay, there's been a few of them. Some of you, of course, because there's many options, are going to pick like 3 different options, which is cool if you're drawn to them, but it also means that there will be similarities sometimes within the options. So if you're hearing repeated answers, that's probably why. You all right, my love? So there is again that energy of, oh shoot, this is what I asked for, now I have it, which is a very it is a very human response. So there could definitely be Leo, Scorpio, or fire water mixtures in this energy. So there could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There could also be Gemini energy, okay, because there's this duality going on. There's the 2 sides of the coin. So overall, they would want to take time to give a very like emotionally responsible and adult and mature response, but I feel like internally they could have some very immature responses. Like for instance, if it was a love connection, they could just, their initial thing could be like, oh yeah, we about to get it, and just go into a very like almost like degrading, raunchy kind of place. And so they would have to try to keep that in check, and they'd be like, oh yes, true love, I agree, so wonderful, our soul connection. But really their initial reaction would be like, no, 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 right? So I see them with hydrangea. That's about shifting our responses. Basically, hydrangea changes color based on the pH levels in the soil. So it won't die for different pH soils, but it will adjust. So I feel like this person will feel like they have to adjust their reaction because of you. So they could, a lot of you, you're going to be the sensitive ones. You're going to be earth and water signs, I'm getting. And so they'll feel like they will want to match your mood. They could. Yeah, so I think this person will want to accommodate your feelings and mood swings, and then they'll want to accommodate their feelings and mood swings, because they can go back and forth between being super in their feelings to like detaching from them, and being more reactionary and being more, it's like, I feel like they have like four different ways of being. Like, part of themselves wants to like be like, okay, no emotions, logically, how do I feel about this situation, analyze it, no one gets the best of me, I'm not gonna look a fool out of here, or out here, right? Out of here. They would have to leave because they would get so embarrassed. And then the other side of them, it's just like, woohoo, fool, rush in and do what I want, you know? And so they have all these different sides that they have to analyze, because they don't want to look messy, they don't want to look silly, and they know they can, okay? Excuse me. I just stopped and had a little pizza, y'all. TMI. But this person feels like they could just have foot and mouth disease, right? Like anything could just come out. And they just don't want to look silly. Now, a lot of you, I feel like this would be a getting back together kind of situation, or maybe you were never officially apart because you were never officially together. So it's kind of like a semi get back together. And they would, I'd have to do like a lot of healing and like talking about deep stuff and rehashing things. And for some of you, a lot of time has passed, so they would also feel like, well, do I see you clearly though? So either like a lot of time has passed, or you're at a distance, or you're on like social media or something, and so they would be like, I don't know, like now they're thinking like, do I really know you, like, or do I really know myself? Do I really have this situation figured out? Because there could be some Scorpios, okay, there can be some water signs in this, like, have I surveyed all of this accurately? And if I take a step forward, is it gonna be like, have you guys ever been walking the steps at night and you think there's one more stair and there's not, and so you overstep, and then it lurches your stomach, you're like, whoa, I thought there was another step. So this person would feel a little bit like that. They would be like, are we sure we're ready for this? Like that could be their reaction, or the reaction that they are having if the situation has already occurred, where they're just like, wait, wait, let me shift and adjust basically to my, shifting moods, to your shifting moods. Let me, activate my third eye, like Push's third eye, but, and like, am I perceiving this correctly? Do I have all the info? Can I make this decision? Because otherwise they're just going to rush in reckless, and anything can happen then. Who knows what's going to happen? And I feel like part of them, they just want to pedal to the metal, rush in, but they just know that that doesn't work. They know that doesn't work in this situation. They know that they're probably going to say something stupid, they're going to wreck it. And so what's probably going to happen is, if you haven't heard back from this person, or if you haven't gotten like a true lengthy response for something that deserves a lengthy response, you've just gotten like a little like cute polite response so far, this person might end up waiting so long that now it's awkward and they can't say anything. So like you're reuniting and you're trying to connect with them, and you're like, what's the response going to be? You might not hear a response because they're so busy calculating all this, feeling things out, waiting for the right moon sign. Oh, they had a dream about an ant getting squashed, so now they're not going to, write a message today. Look, I'm just roasting us water signs over here. Okay, fire signs, Leo especially, don't want to look bad. Shoot, they ain't trying to look bad, they're trying to look good, okay? And so they're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then before you know it, time's gone by, they can't even reconnect with you. It's like, do the shit they asked you to do forever ago. It's just like, by now, they haven't responded to your friend request or whatever for so long that they feel like it would be corny. Like they'd have to now explain themselves about why they didn't explain themselves. Like, so I feel like this person I mean, it would get them in their feelings, it would get them thinking, it would get them healing. The reaction would be on those terms, but they would sit there like this or that, yes or no, left or right for so damn long as they try to adjust to the situation. They could have some earth in their chart that like slowly adjusts to things as well, that they might miss the mark, or they might randomly answer you like a week later and you're just like, okay. Like, shoot, if you're an Aries, you might be over it already. And you might just feel like it's corny. So I don't feel like this person's trying to be rude and disrespectful, as far as if they don't respond quickly or if they don't have the reaction that you want and they're just in there like a deer in the headlights. I think they're trying to think, okay, don't do the stupid thing and react how you normally do because your reactions are dumb. Think about something, like maybe there's someone like if they get real hyped, they're gonna go punch something, or you know, or they're gonna just like curse or something, you know. And so they're like, okay, like control yourself, have the proper reaction to things, like don't freak out. And then they feel like by the time they get themselves together, you're down the block already. You're over it. And they're like, dang, this is corny now. I can't run up and be like, hey, here's my reaction. And you're like chasing you down the block, trying to give you a reaction all delayed. So I think that's what it is. I think they overanalyze. They're trying to, I feel like it's from a good place. They're like, okay, they might literally be thinking like, what did my therapist say? What's the right way to respond? Am I picking up all the emotional cues? So versus some of the options have been like, they don't care how you feel and they don't process your emotions or anything. This person could be the opposite, where they overly analyze, like what are the proper languages to use. They literally could be looking at for some of you, like cultural differences, religious differences, some people that are in the LGBTQIA, like, okay, what's the right pronouns, what's the right tense that I should be using, what's the right time frame, response rate, like literally just over processing everything that they could possibly say or react, to the point that you're sitting there like hearing crickets. Like, is there a reaction? Do you even care? And really inside they care a lot. I think they just want to do it so perfect, and they don't want to have any more trauma or pain or messiness. Okay, but yeah, you might feel like it ends up being a non-answer. All right, so you might have to go and say something to this person again and try to let them know, like, okay, that's another thing too. They could have a problem with they could have a lot of 12th house planets. They could be very shy, and for some of you they could even be on the Asperger's or autistic spectrum, but they could have a hard time with like kind of like a Mercury in the 12th house, or Mercury in Pisces or Virgo or something, where they have a hard time getting external what they feel internally, for some of you. Okay, and they might need you to kind of help them set the tone. I think some of them have an issue finding the tone of the conversation. So maybe if you're switching up and talking in a variety of ways, even though they could in some ways do that, they might be someone, if they get blunt, they get too blunt, you know what I mean? Or if they start joking, they'll start joking too much. So it's like, I think they're having a hard time finding the social cue, like the tone of the conversation for some of you, and how to react and respond in a way that would be acceptable and not damaging. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number, let's see, 6, what is their reaction? What will their reaction be? Their reaction, let's see. Okay, so we have, you pick the Queen of Cups for your pick a card. We have the King of Machetes, the King of Swords. We have the Hangman reversed. Lemon, Access Innovative Thinking. We have a Scent of Teenage Spirit, okay? Needing to be entertained, Idol Worship to avoid responsibility. We have Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles reversed, Bougainvillea, and we have U equals tight ass from the Rebel deck, and it says loosen the fuck up, control freaks don't get laid. Okay, so this person could respond like a tightwad. If you're asking something financially, they could react in a way like, if you're like, how would my boss react if I asked for vacation time or something? This person is gonna go all Aquarian, like this feels like Mars and Aquarius, like everybody should get the same, you know, it's not fair, it's not procedure, it's not protocol. So you guys could really get that kind of response where it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm seeing someone put their hands up. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So if you're asking something where you're trying to figure out, okay, how would my sister react if I asked them to babysit, or something like where you need something from someone, or it's more business or professional, they could just be sitting here like literally like, what do you think I am? What's in this for me is kind of the feeling for some of them, where they're just like, okay, I'm trying to compute like how this benefits me, and some of you are like trying to wrangle your friend in to go and, you know, do some scenario to get your crush to you or something like that. So this is just like, no, people might feel like you are not paying me enough for all this. This too much. You must think I'm sitting over here bored twiddling my thumbs. I don't know what you're talking about. Their reaction, yeah, they could be like, this too much. Now if this is dating, they could still be feeling that way. They might be like, oh, so tell me how you really feel. Okay, some of them, that's, I'm just seeing eyebrows up, exclamation, oop. Like you might have tried to like sex someone or let them know you're into them, or, you know, take things to the next level, and they're just sitting here like, wow, that escalated quickly. I did not expect that. I did not expect it at all. Expect the unexpected, okay, in this case is what it seems like. So it's almost like people had different scenarios, the way they thought that they would play out, or different versions of who they thought you were, and you might have just blown the lid off of that, and now they're a little bit scared, they're a little bit worried, okay, they're like, I don't know what you doing with all this, child. I don't know who all this is, okay. And so they're thinking about that, and they might feel like that part of them feels like, okay, maybe I should just let go, loosen up, go with the flow, but still they're just like, I don't know, I feel like maybe I should keep some boundaries. I feel like some boundaries might be very good in this situation. Let's see. Oh, cool. Was that Tyler's Tarot? I think I just saw Tyler's Tarot notification about a new home, y'all. Hey, yep, that's all up in my video now. Oh, cute. Yay, Tyler. He's been on the road for forever. Go, boo-boo. Okay, I don't know, I'm like that. Call him boo-boo, but I'm just goofy right now because I had a little food, y'all. So, anyways, so this person, I feel like this person could think that you're having a goofy reaction. Like they could feel like, you know, like, okay, I'm Pisces and I've had a lot of Virgo friends. So I'll be like, I have Pisces, I have Aquarius in my chart, and like Aries. So, you know, when we get goofy, we get really goofy. And then I'll have a friend who has like, you know, Virgo and Libra. And so I'll be getting a little goofy in public, just trying to tease them, you know, when we're in the little booth, and they'll be trying to play it off like they're too smooth, too cool, right? And so I feel like this person could be like that. They could be sitting here like, calm down, it's not that serious. Shh, be quiet. Like, stop, you play too much. Stop. Okay, you need to stop. Why are you acting like that? Like, knock it off. Like, what are you doing? And you just sitting there like, don't worry about it. It's so fun. It's so goofy. And they're just like, no, calm down. So this person could really try to, you know, seem above, act like above it all, right? Like they just too cool as a cucumber. They just too smooth to really react too much. They have all the answers. They have all the clarity. They have all the boundaries. Okay. They ain't trying to be out here like a fool, juggling a lot around and all of that. So they could have kind of some social anxiety. They could have a fear of kind of like letting loose and letting go, or trusting the situation, whatever you're asking that they're reacting to. I feel like they don't really trust it. They might be like, I don't know what everyone else is out here doing. Like, I'm just, you know, They could be like, you know, Capricorns when they're kids. They just look at everyone else like, what are you children doing? And they're like the youngest at the party. What are these children doing out here? Like this person kind of has that, where they're going to try to step back, analyze the situation, like get the perception on the whole thing, still feel like they're above it and they have more answers and they're more mature than what's currently going on. But part of it is that fear and not wanting to let anyone into their boundaries too much, and yeah, just needing to loosen up a little bit and not be so much of a control freak. at the same time, they do feel entertained. Like, this is the kind of person that would be entertained by like people watching. So it's almost like they detach from the situation and they watch it. The only way they cannot be so serious is if they detach and watch it as if it's happening to someone else. So this person could have that little kind of out of body experience where they're just watching themselves receive the news or watching themselves get the text or whatever's going on, and they're just like, ain't that something? They're like narrating their own life from the back of their head, like, and then surprisingly he got the notification. He never thought she would message him at 3:33 p.m. He should have known. She's into synchronicities. Like, they might just have like a very quirky way of like handling situations that they don't know how to handle that are outside what they thought would happen, even as much as like people watch. And so yeah, I think they're going to detach. I think they're going to try to, you know, get the mature handle on things. They're kind of going to try to think outside the box on things, but they're not going to just try to have themselves just out here taken advantage of or put on the spot too much. They're not going to like that. They're not going to like feeling like they're not in control or that somebody else is just toying with them. Like, if they feel like let's say that you confess feelings for this person, if they feel like you're not serious, that you're just toying around with them, they're not gonna like that much. You know, they're the one who does all the people watching and stuff. They're not gonna want to feel like they're the one on the menu for, hey, who should we toy around with romantically tonight, kind of thing. So this person's gonna get a bit uptight. They might get a bit withdrawn. They might have 37,000 questions. Some of you, they will verbalize it and kind of almost start analyzing you and picking at you about things. Others, they're gonna sit back and get that information themselves, because even asking questions would make them feel like they're showing too much interest and making themselves vulnerable. They could be that withdrawn. They could have strong Pluto contacts or Scorpio or something where they're like, or Virgo, where they're like, no, I'm not even going to show that I'm interested in a response at all by asking questions. I'm going to figure it out myself and figure out, are you trying to make a fool of me? Because that's the thing. This person doesn't want to be like a pastime. They don't want to be like someone's making a fool out of them. Okay. Yeah, so they have to get a lot of clarity first before they respond, and then they will have a very informed response. So if you were asking them about going on a trip with you, or, you know, taking care of your dog or something like that, they would have like, well, according to my research of your breed of dog and at this time of year, and, you know, with you being gone this extended amount of time, this is how much anxiety I should expect. These are the medications we should have. This is, you know, like they might really go in by the time they respond and have like all these kinds of ins and outs, like, well, you know, people who tend to be friends with benefits, here's the statistics on, you know, this and that. So they could be someone who, once they start talking, you're gonna be like, oh my god, why did I even say this to you? Like, I don't even want to know your reaction anymore. Just be quiet. Let's just go get some ice cream. Be quiet. Yes, you might be like, oh, I liked you more when we did just hang out, just not knowing what you're thinking, because once I know what you're thinking, it's too much. Yeah, so this is this person's reaction. They're going to be in their head a lot. Yeah, they're going to be in their head a lot, okay? Debating with themselves, going to their private little folders, all their little observations, their little journal, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose number 7, look at us with these big long reads, getting it in, okay? Let me know. You guys like long reads? Do you like quickie reads? If you like the long ones, then watch them through, y'all, because that's really how I know. Watch time. So number 7, those of you that chose the Ace of Cups, so sweet. I love that it has this pineapple on there. You got the 4 of Wands, the Moon, Cherry, live an extraordinary life. You have Nevermind, water off your back, 3 of Pentacles reversed, the Star, water lily, and you're on the same team. Play like it. So speaking of on the team and play, I heard a playlist from Lord when I was flipping your cards over. I didn't look at these ahead of time, and so if you've been on a few of my pick cards where I've mentioned the song 400 Lux by Lord, just listen to it already. It's a good song. I like it. But also, I was just hearing almost like a playlist flicking through of her songs. A World Alone, where it says let them talk because we're dancing in this world alone, a world alone. And then it's there's a song called Team, which isn't one of my favorites of hers, but it's like we're on each other's team basically, and this says you're on the same team. And then there's Glory and Gore, right? It's just talking about going through stuff, and basically just you and your crew going through things, and connecting with each other, and joining in with each other. Okay. All right, so I had to stop for a second because I was getting these text notifications of a grocery order I put in yesterday and already received. And I was like, I know they're not trying to send this order back out. But it's funny because I got this energy when I was doing your reading of the Chariot returning home. So the Chariot's not in your reading, but literally the Chariot's ruled by Cancer, and we have the Moon and we have the Four of Wands, which is the home here, and quite often represents the fourth house in tarot readings for me, how I read. And so this is like the Moon in the fourth house, which would be Cancer Moon in the house that it belongs in, the fourth house. And so, and with you're on each other's team, it's almost this feeling of the welcome party, right? Bigger than the Six of Wands. This is that welcome home, as the Chariot has gone out there, conquered what they wanted, got the star, right? With the star here, found out all the hard knocks of who to trust and who not, with the Three of Pentacles reverse, and then returns home victorious. And you have that reuniting with your loved one. Okay. And that's that Glory and Gore song, which I was referencing from Lord, which has a very gladiator feel to it, like the Chariot. So it's all coming together, y'all. And so it's almost like some of you, some of them feel like this is a delayed, like their ships that were delayed in the Three of Wands, they're finally getting in the Four of Wands. So there could have been a time span of being away from this person. This could have been news that they waited to hear a long time. This could be a response or an emotional offer that they have just been dreaming and working so hard to receive. They might have, you know, had ups and downs in their career. It's almost like somebody who's been, you know, in the industry like of arts or something for a long time, and then they finally have a break, and they're like, you know, they've been in the industry like 20 years, and then they have like their big break, right? And it's just like that news of it and that celebration and all of that kind of stuff. So I feel like this person, they would be responding to the news very quickly. Okay, Cherry is new energy. So just like these weird messages that I'm getting coming through right now about these grocery replacements from yesterday, I feel like they would be willing to go into their depths, like the Moon, and into their fourth house energy, and replace old information with new information, let go of old baggage to take in the new joy and the new happiness. So this is almost like, if you're wondering their reaction if you told them that you thought y'all should get remarried after being divorced, or like that you guys thought that they would make a good long-term partner or something of that nature, I think this person would very quickly throw out the old baggage to embrace that new information from you guys and be like, yes, like we've gone through it all, but that makes us stronger. It doesn't make us weaker. Like let's do it. Let's go for it. I feel like they would be, if this is a business venture, they would be very excited. So, and I forgot, never mind, water off your back, right? So yes, they would handle whatever gossip and bullshit, and whoever would be mad, whatever party would feel slighted, whatever society would say, or whoever, they would be willing to shelf all that to go after this connection and to take this lucky opportunity, right? The water lily grows up through the muck, through the mud, through the murky water, and then finally blossoms at the top and finds its enlightenment, right? And so this is that, it's in game, right? This is in game. This is worth it. This is the whole point of all that suffering, is to have this blessing. So this person feels like very emotional. They feel very much, I think they feel very blessed. I think they feel like it's worth healing the situation. Or if it was negative news that they found out, they feel like it's worth trying to love and heal through the situation. They feel like we're on the same team. Like, this is very beautiful. I always say with the lovers, like lovers cards that are legit, you know, some lovers cards do lend more to just choices of third party, but I really like the lovers cards that are about love, that are about soulmates. And in those ones, I always say like they're different, but they won't hurt each other because they're different. And that's this person's situation. Their reaction It's very heart-centered. It's very much like, I'm not going to go out here and trash you. Like, I'm not going to go out here and treat you bad. I'm not going to go out here and act outside myself. Like, we're still on the same team. Or even if that team is just kind of this universal soul group kind of feel of just being a good person, or, you know, having good spiritual beliefs or something, this person feels like they're not going to, you know, make you feel out in the streets or something is the reaction. They don't, that's not their intention. They want to grow through the situation. They want to handle it with emotional maturity and enlightenment and encouragement. And they feel like everybody is a little bit weird in life. Every situation can be a little bit weird, and they would just like to, if it's something that isn't the best situation, they'd just like to work through it, let it go, let it flow off the back, and just focus on the positive in a very real way though, and just keep focused on the end goal, you know, and not lose. So if we go back to the chariot image, the thing that the charioteer has to learn is to not forget where they came from, right? That city in the background, that Cancer energy, that home base, that connection to the Akashic records and spiritual and emotional connectivity to others in the pursuit of their goals as they leave and go towards that Capricornian success and career. And so this person, they're not going to forget that in their reactions. They are going to remember to be like a human being first, a spirit first, a compassionate person first in their reactions. And they're still going to hold a space of kindness and respect for whoever or whatever they're reacting to. And for those of you that it is romantic pursuits, I think that either this person would still like hold you dearly as a friend or a close family like person, if that was your before situation. If not, you will find out that this person also has feelings and would even want to move in. Now, for some of you, I can see if it's about roommates or moving in quickly, I could see that happening very, very quickly. And quite often when you see couples who move in quickly right away, they usually have a moon in one of the other's fourth house. And it'd be like, oh, that's why y'all moved in right away, because they just feel at home with each other. So I feel like, yeah, for some of you, if you're asking about things of that nature, it could just become a cozier relationship, and you know, there could be more blessings. This would be a situation where this person feels like it's worth working through this. Like, I don't know, any of y'all who have Scorpio placements, do you ever feel that sometimes? Like, sometimes things hit the fan, but you just know we're going to be closer after this. That's how this person feels. They feel like, you know what? Like, this is that life stuff you got to go through that gives you history with somebody. And now we'll have some history and we'll come through it and it'll be a good thing. We'll be like, oh my God, can you remember that time I wrecked your car? And I was so upset, but now here we are and we're good. We're closer. And now it's one of those stories of like, oh, you don't believe what this person did to me. Like, you know, so I feel like they have a really good heart space and they're going to try to see the positive. And I don't think that this person's going to try to like embarrass you or, you know, like I said, slight you or shade you or talk bad about you to anyone or anything like that. All right. So good response. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. All right, for those of you that chose the last and final number, number 8, this has been a long, delicious video. I hope you enjoyed sinking your teeth in if you've watched more than one. Here we are. And that's Puppy while she's dreaming, which is interesting because you got a lot of crown chakra energy in this, all this purple, literally the color purple on here, and this blindfolded 8 of Swords. So let's see, you have purple, developmental clarity, ironically next to the 8 of Swords, or more likely in support of that 8 of Swords here. The number purple is number 39, in case that is significant. You have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Your Rebel card says deal with your drama, handle exes, old hurts, and unresolved shit. You have Lilac, 7 of Wands, King of Wands reversed, and you got Molly's Lips reversed from the Nirvana Oracle, which is in the works, which says focus on something to love and enjoy, but it's reversed. Yeah. I partially ate lunch and I haven't finished the rest, and y'all know I just been tongue-tied since like Gemini season. I don't know, let's just moving on. So this is for those of you that chose 10 of lava stones. So this person, Their reaction is gonna be like, not my circus, not my monkeys, basically. They're not gonna want to deal with whatever. If you come and you're like, these are all my feelings, this is how I feel, this is what I think, they're just gonna have that there could be Capricorn, Leo, Virgo, could have some Pisces, Aquarius, did I say Leo? Well, Leo, maybe I said it twice. Yeah, they're just gonna have that feeling where it's like, okay, and like, deal with your messy energy. Like, they're not gonna be feeling any projection of energy onto them. Even if it is, I feel like their exes or whoever, they're gonna be like, okay, so I'm your ex, or you're trying to make me your ex, I never dated you, like, you need to deal with your own stuff. Like, I don't understand why you're trying to press me up about this, basically. Nine of Pentacles reversed, like, you're trying to come into my personal space in life and make my situation about your situation. Like, it doesn't equate, it doesn't compute. Like, Seven of Wands, they're gonna want to be like the winner in the situation, or just not let you take them down. King of Wands reversed. So this person might feel like you have or whatever you're checking their reaction to, they might feel like, for instance, if it's a love situation, they could feel like the person who is making them react, I guess, has a way of just maybe villainizing their exes, or trying to like make love situations or whatever where there isn't any, like, just because someone has feelings for them, pretending like they're in a relationship and then talking to everyone about it, this and that. This person would not respond to that. They would be like, okay, you need to get your head straight, because we're not in a relationship. You're not gonna fuck with my reputation. You're not gonna force me into a relationship I don't want. You're not gonna mess with my finances. You're not gonna mess with my life. No, like, that's no, it's above us. We're not doing it. So this person's reaction is going to be like, you need to handle your stuff. You need to go get your counseling. You need to do your meditation. You need to pray something. But what you're not going to do is come over here and try to mess up all my stuff and make me out like a horrible person, tyrant, whatever, on some messy stuff, because you can't get what you want, and you want to come in, you know, I'm the pleasurable time you want, and if you don't get it, then, you know, you're gonna go and cry and be heartbroken, or say I'm a bad person, or, you know how people are, how people just, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people on these pick a cards do it, right? They'll be so caught in love with someone that's their soulmate, but they'll be slandering them around, saying all kinds of negative things because they can't have them, right? Which ain't love, but so this person, they're not really, you know, they feel like they have more wisdom than that, and they didn't come through everything they did just to be made to react a way that someone else wants them to. They don't, they're very smart to things like that. They don't like to be energetically effed with, y'all. They don't like someone trying to take ownership for their spirit or their life or their money or their accomplishments. Like, you know how somebody will like want to date somebody that has money just to be like marry someone rich kind of thing. If someone tried to do that to this person, their reaction, and then like pretend that they're in a relationship with them, their reaction would be like, I don't know you. Like, just because we went on a few little dates and stuff, you think that you can, you know, have these expectations of my future, pretend that what's mine is yours, and, you know, try to get all your friends and family thinking bad of me. Like, screw that. Like, this person just would not tolerate it. They would not react well to that. So this person kind of feels like they will only take responsibility in the situation for what they actually did. Now, they could feel nervous on how to proceed, because again, they're not trying to slide off of their, you know, their mountain in life of what they built themselves up. So it's like when you're on those little pebbles and you don't want to like try to walk down the hill and then you skid, right? No, this person just, I think this person does not feel comfortable. They do not feel comfortable. They don't feel like this is a pleasurable situation. They don't like what is being demanded of them. They feel like what is theirs is being invaded by somebody else, and they just have that like, let me go pray, like take the wheel, spirit crew come through, because they just feel like somebody's trying to get what's theirs, or feels entitled to them or their body or their relationship status or something, and they're just really not liking it. It just makes them think of all the other times that they were kind of misused or treated badly, or, you know, those kind of things, and so they're not really feeling it. They're just not really feeling that, y'all. I'm trying to see it from other angles depending on what it would be. But mostly this person's reaction is just going to be to talk to the spirit crew, try to get themselves back balanced and stable, and maintain their autonomy, maintain their individual spirit, mind, body, all that kind of stuff, and not let themselves be thrown off balance because of whatever someone else said. So I know some people are going to be mad and they're going to be like, well, all I did was tell them I like them or this or that. But that can feel invasive to some people, you know, especially depending on what your connection is and things of that nature. So I don't know. But yeah, this person's reaction is that they don't really want to be involved in this situation. They don't want to be lessened by the situation. They don't want to be made out to be some big boogeyman, bad guy from the situation. And they really just wish that people would kind of leave them alone and not project onto them. Like, everybody go pray. Everybody go get a healing. Y'all get some meditation. Y'all get some meditation. Look at you. You get a spiritual bath. Like, that's just how they feel. They just kind of want it to go away. Like, just please, why is this happening? So I hope that was helpful to everybody on there. There's many options. So if you feel like you weren't connected to your true intuition on this situation and to their feeling, not just the feeling you think that they would have, okay? It's very nuance and energy when we're picking these picker cards can be important. And sometimes I'm like, wait a minute, let me check back in. Usually though, I'm boom as soon as I turn it on. But sometimes I gotta check myself, y'all, and that's all right. So if y'all feel like, I don't know, I feel like some people in this group are gonna be like, I don't know if I was tuning into the right energy. Go ahead, tune into them, their reaction energy. Think about that, not the them in our imaginations. Okay, I'm a Pisces, no shade. But the them, okay, the them of the themness, and then go ahead and pick your option, okay? So that's at the end of the video, but hey, I felt to say it now. So I hope y'all like this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again soon on another one. Bye.